is going to be a problem. But we are getting into Champ Select. Let's see. Probably a Nami ban come from Red Side, I believe.
Very possible. And there's Rumble taken away from Rumble Senpai. I wonder if there's any particular reasoning for that. Maybe the name.
I would not suspect the name. Never in my
No,
life.
you're right. Couldn't possibly be.
But then the Zed, of course, taken from You All You Bad, is probably his best pick.
Absolutely. And I might be seeing a Anivia pick getting banned out right now. Ooh, maybe not, just a Jinx instead. But I know that Bygone does specialize in the Anivia, so if that goes through, that might be a very strong comfort pick to set up some control for It's a Wrap.
Yeah, but Nivea and Vel'Koz are actually two of Bygone's best champions right now. But Annie also being banned from You All You Bad, which looks like they're just going to take out his entire champion pool.
Clearly some specialization here. Someone has to be focused, so. And there's that Vel'Koz ban you were talking about earlier. So they're leaving up the Anivia, they're taking away the Vel'Koz.
Yeah, they're thinking that the Anivia is not going to be that big of a pick. They think they probably have a counter to the Anivia. And they're like, it's probably just fine. But of course, the Zac taking away from Najian, it's probably a good ban.
Well, whenever you get into team comps like this, or at least with two very experienced teams and good junglers, you don't want to take away the heavy CC train, and Zac, his ability to gank over walls, it's always scary no matter what the meta is.
Yeah, but Yasuo picked up on blue side, but Nami and Trundle picked up on red side, but then Nami's not taken up for first pick from Evo Green, which is a little weird, I'd say.
I'm surprised that they wanted to give it up, but that said, facing your own main champion, you do know the ins and outs, so Lollygod is probably feeling a little bit more confident against a Nami as a Nami main.
Yeah, definitely, but the Kai'Sa also picked up for Evo Green, which is not... Kai'Sa is pretty good right now. There's also definitely better picks than a Kai'Sa, but Kai'Sa's still just good if you go the Storm Razor first start.
And there's that Taric, so they've got two very strong late game champions. There's the Nivea as well. Two strong late game champions on the side of EVO, and that means that Taric's just going to have that much more impact with his ulti come late game.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
but
good pickup.
The Yasuo wasn't banned from the side of It's a Wrap because Mew All You Bad's actually just has a good Yasuo. It's good high win percentage and everything. So it's a surprise not banned. They'd rather ban the Annie than that. But they also banned the Grays from Najian, which is another comfort pick.
Absolutely. So the question is, will they continue the jungle bans on the side of It's a Wrap to try and curtail that, or is there someone else that they're afraid of who has yet to be picked up?
They banned the Tahm Kench, even though they see the support. But it might be a Tahm Kench top lane that they were going to be worried about.
But does Tahm Kench go well into... Well, actually, we don't know if that's a Yasuo top or mid still. That might be a Yasuo top. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, but I haven't seen this guy really play Yasuo top lane that much. I've only seen the mid laner play Yasuo. It's in his most played champions, and I've seen him play it a bunch. So, we don't know still, but Rek'Sai also being banned. Another comfort pick for Najian.
Again, taking another jungler out.
Yeah, they
eliminating that champ pool.
Yeah, since they already picked their own jungler with Trundle, they're like, hey, we might as well just get rid of the rest of the junglers. And also the Twitch.
Get rid of that Twitch.
Yeah, it's one of Noble Wolf's most played champions in the bot lane.
Honestly, I don't think that they needed to drop the Twitch here. They already have the Nami, which is a squishy support, a healing support, but a squishy one. They don't really have a front line yet to protect a hyper carry Twitch, so I would have expected more robust. Well, okay.
And they have an Nivea as a bad lane. And MF. That's actually a really good bot lane. They just have so much poke and sustain bot lane with MF. And when Nami gives her E to MF, and then MF shoots a Q, that could be a bunch of damage dealt to one person.
Absolutely. Not to mention, Kai'Sa's an all-in champion, so if a bad trade happens, MF can just drop that, make it rain, and Kai'Sa's going to have a hard exit.
That could be Gragas top or Gragas jungle here, but still a lot of flex picks.
But we're about to find out because that flex pick has to be rounded out right now.
Yeah, that could be an Echo
that
mid.
Is...
Oh, it's an Ahri mid.
So that's an Ahri mid. So that puts the Yasuo in the top lane, that Gragas in the jungle to round out that composition from EVO.
Yeah,
what do you think?
That. I mean, they they don't really have tanks. They have Gragas, who most likely is gonna get an AP item early and then get tanky, and they also have a Tarek, who is not very tanky himself and only has his ultimate as a tank tool technically. Well,
But don't forget his passive though. It will give extra armor to other teammates that he assigns it to. So if that Gragas does go health tank, he's gonna get a little bit of armor as well from that Tarek with the proper bonding.
Yeah, definitely. But the Cho'Gath picked up into the Yasuo. That's a little bit rough, I'd say early, but once he gets to like at least one tank item, I'd say, just one armor item against Yasuo, it's pretty much Cho'Gath's favored once he just gets into the mid to late game, I'd say.
Well, all in all, which team comp do you like more?
I mean, they on the side of It's a Wrap, they have the late game scaling with Cho'Gath and Anivia, and the early game of Misfortune Trundle to try to snowball. But on the other side, they have the late game of Yasuo and Kaisa, and they have the early game of Ari Gragas. Well, Gragas is like a little early, I'd say.
Right.
But if I had to pick a comp here, to be honest, this is really hard actually, because
They both have really good aspects to them.
yeah, they both have really good aspects. It's really whoever gets snowballing first is gonna win this game, I'd say. But overall in team fights, who would I actually want to pick? That's the problem. I mean,
Well, I mean, we've got a Tarek to deal with, so that really messes it up.
yeah, that's definitely it's definitely both teams are a 5v5 comp, and they want to fight. It's either a 1 in 4 to the side of Evo Green sending that Yasuo to a different lane, or or it's just like a 5v5 full on. I'm actually a
Well, I
little
mean,
stumped.
Shoga's meant to do the same thing, and I mean, Trundle can too. So we've got two options for split pushing from the side of It's a Wrap.
Yeah, definitely. But can the Cho'Gath really match a Yasuo in the side lane? I mean, he's gonna be tanking everything, but it's like
Well, I don't
it's
know if he'll match it, but he can definitely hold his own if he's tanky enough.
yeah. If he's tanky
If
enough, and he
Shogath,
doesn't die early.
right, if Shogath survives to the mid to late game and doesn't get crushed, then he stands a chance to at least safely split push, which will create pressure and pull opponents away. But that's just a 4-1,
Yeah.
which both sides can do. So the question is Shogath being away more valuable than Yasuo being away?
I mean, they both have TP, which I'm excited for because I've seen people take Ignite. I don't know why I keep up bringing up the Ignite top lane thing, but okay, let's just get away from that though. But uh, I've seen this matchup before, where basically Cho'Gath's not gonna do anything in lane. Yasuo's gonna push him in all the time, so that means Trundle should always come top lane to make sure this Yasuo is shut down. That means Nagian, the Gragas, has to know that Trundle's always going to be top lane. And so that means it's a little complicated to where it's probably most likely just going to be a 2v2 top lane all the time. And in the split pushing matchup against Yasuo Cho'Gath, Yasuo's just going to keep pushing in. Cho'Gath is probably just going to stay under his turret, like in laning phase. He's probably not going to get any chip damage really in on the turret by his auto attack, so the minions will do some damage and slowly get away at the turrets. But the rest of the team most likely just want to push it down mid lane and look for combos with the Trundle, Nivea, and Nami.
I can see that. As for me, the thing that I'm going to be looking for on this game, at least early game, is how the mid lane goes. Because Anivia, she's a lane bully, but she's not really strong enough until 6 to have priority over Ari, who has a lot of rotational pressure. So if we know where the Trundle's going to be, predictably, and Gragas knows that, the question is, what does Ari do when she has priority? Does she roam top to make it a 3v2? Does she go bot side? How does she play the map? I think that's where the real question is for the early game.
Yeah, definitely here. But now, since we're getting into game and everything is about to wrap up, get joke, I'm funny, okay. Let's get away from that.
No, we'll come back to that.
Please don't come back to it. But we are going to get into this game as Evo Green goes against It's a Wrap. And, I mean, as we were talking about comps from when we were talking about these teams, I think I actually do favor the side of It's a Wrap because it just seems like the early game's so much better and they get snowball off that a lot better than what Evo Green can actually do. So it's a little bit of a like an iffy thing. It's like, do they really does is Evo Green good enough to actually make sure that It's a Wrap doesn't snowball early and win the game by 25 minutes? Because even though Ari is a really good mid game champ, early to mid game champ, it could be a little off putting. Even though she's against Anivia and levels 1 to 5, she should easily be Anivia and she should try to roam either probably top lane, I'd say, and try to because what I would do if I was a mid laner here as Ari, I'd probably just try to roam top lane and try to kill this Cho'Gath before he's level 6 and just keep diving him, just 3v1ing under his turret and try to get our Yasuo ahead, because I've seen so many Yasuo top lanes and I've never seen a good one, maybe since today.
Well, I'm going to have to vote against you. Although I think that they have an easier comp, I think that the EVO Green side is going to come out ahead, because when you get to late game, Kai'Sa's just going to take over. And I have a spectator error, so I'll join you shortly if you're not kicked out as well. But
So
I believe
far,
that the
not.
Kai'Sa will be able to take over late game if they get there. And a lot of BSG games, you do get to that point. So I think that the side of It's a Wrap will fall off, and if this game goes long like I predict it should, I think that EVO is just going to have the edge in terms of late game team comp. I mean, you can't keep a good Yasuo down if they're doing constant 5v5s. Just one good team fight puts Yasuo back on the board with shutdowns or otherwise. And we have the prediction of where the enemy jungler is going to be. So Trundle, he's going to be tracked, and Ari has the go button. Gragas has a go button. They can both do what they want to their opponents as far as they know what the game plan should be. They know how to act on it. It's up to them to make the choices to carry the game. So I'm just going to lean on the side of EVO Green here.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Like, the Gragas Yasuo combo is, of course, good and all. But the problem is, they don't have as much early game as the side of It's a Wrap. But we are getting into game here, as we see each player just going off to the rift.
Absolutely. And I'm wondering if we're going to see a standard lineup here across the board. It looks like it is, in fact, going to be standard. So we will have the 5-point from both teams. Junglers showing in the mid lane. Yep, all entrances are covered by both teams. No one wants to be a little bit too messy. An early ward by Nami as she rotates around. Not going to really see anything. Standard standoff.
Yeah, and nothing's. I want to see somebody just dance in the mid lane or something, because
I'm waiting for that.
we want to see the junglers dance in the mid lane, but they're standing still doing nothing. That feels bad.
I mean, at least watch Gragas. He twirls his barrel every few seconds or something.
Yeah, definitely though.
But oh, there's a little bit of emote from Tarek, but yeah, no, it looks like no action going to start the game. Everyone's playing a little bit safe here. No one wants to be the first person in a 3-game series to make a aggressive move and get caught out.
Yeah, but it looks like Gragas starting red buff and Trundle's starting blue buff. So they're both starting on bot side, which is, if they can track, they can definitely actually do something in this game for It's a Wrap, because Trundle will just destroy Gragas early.
Absolutely. It is actually a soft counter, if I'm not mistaken, because of the slow and the pillar itself, making it really hard for Gragas to predict his dashes.
Yeah, it's just a little top fighting here. Nothing really that ecstatic.
Small trade with Anami, using her nice self-heal to trade.
Yeah, but I haven't really seen Comet MF in a while, because all I've seen are Dark Harvest, because Dark Harvest just one-shots you. But top fighting, just taking out half his health there.
No, absolutely. Cho'Gath getting chunked out, not respecting the knockup and the general trade from Yasuo. And here comes a little bubble. Nice small trade in bot lane. Tarek being shoved out. Without the range advantage, he's just not able to trade back, so Nami just has full control of that lane and bot lane. Again, a very heavy harass lane.
Yeah, the top, of course, getting pushed out because it's a tank top laner against Yasuo.
Here comes a little scuffle in jungle. There we go. Gragas just using his W, being nice and safe and tanky. Gragas just not really trading too heavily on the Trundle, but enough to shake him off. Just a little battle for a little bit longer. I don't know if they're going to leave it alone. Looks like they want that scuttle. And
please,
Trundle respecting it nothing.
Please just make it a giant fight over scuttle. We want to see this. I mean, it was just only the junglers. We want to see the mid and top laners get into the action.
Yeah, but that's a lot of lost time for Itzarap and a lot of lost health for that Trundle. I don't know why he didn't respect the Gragas there. Definitely a misplay.
Yeah, especially when you're just playing a war. It's not great to not respect somebody.
Gragas is right there the whole time in his vision, but here comes Yasuo getting a late invade. Trundle will catch him out potentially. There is a collapse following from the Cho'Gath. So there is something that can happen. Let's see what goes on. Yasuo dashes forward. He's heading towards mid lane.
Ari's there to receive him. The Yasuo could just kill.
Could, but there's a Cho'Gath. And there's a flash. And double flash. First blood going over the Cho'Gath. Nice follow-up. Nivea really late on the draw there.
But Nami getting caught out. Had to flash. Flash and heal used the bot lane. But it's a wrap. Still fighting though after everything.
I mean, even getting that early first blood on Cho'Gath, which is actually a large help to Itzarap, that's a lot of summoners burnt across the map. That is a disadvantage that Gragas can press as the jungler. So I'm looking to see some more action from EVO Green right now. Hopefully they'll take advantage of no summoners for flashes and heals.
Yeah, if I was EVO Green right now, I would be like, okay, I'm a Gragas against a Trundle. Trundle use flash. I'm gonna make sure just to play around my mid lane and just try to do something. Even though top lane is
not shaken at all. Has a small level advantage. Is continuing to press in this Cho'Gath. Not afraid of that first blood. But here comes Trundle. Here's an interrupt. Nice little slow. Cho'Gath going for the knockup. Will land it. Trundle's going on. Another little bit of damage. Looks like Yasuo should be going down here. There it goes. Another kill over to the top lane Cho'Gath.
Okay.
Trundle getting nice hits on that. Gragas not even able to appear. Just a little bit late on that gank.
That's a little rough for the side of that Yasuo. But Trundle just getting in a fight with the Gragas.
I don't know why.
I mean, he's stronger.
Well, there is that red buff, and that is actually enough. And Cho'Gath is here for the rescue. Will not even need it. Solo kill to the Trundle. I'm surprised Gragas didn't try to get over the wall.
Well, you couldn't really because the Trundle was just blocking with the pillar and everything. He could have just went around and tried to escape, but he probably would have died still because of the red buff slow. The bot lane just trading.
Just fighting over every ward they can. I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned here.
This is the BSG action we've been looking for.
Absolutely. Two guys just slugging out for the sake of slugging it out. All I got is not sure if she knows she's on the ward. I'm pretty sure she knows. Hopefully.
Hopefully. But Tarek using Ignite to try to be super aggressive in that one fight. But mid lane just going in.
No mana on this poor Anivia. There's nothing that she can do. She's popping her Baron. She's running under tower. She will be safe, but that is another summoner blown for staying in lane just a little bit too long. Tarek getting a nice stun off. A little bit of trade on the Nami. Getting bubbled up though. This might be a death. Flash and Ignite burnt.
And heal from a Kaisa burn also, which is... That was a little bit of not a great play from the side to Tarek though. Just getting caught in that bubble in the minion wave.
As a Nami main, you know what a Nami can do to someone who just steps up too far as a tank, and Tarek does not have a disengage. That is mispositioning again. But here's some more action top lane, just another quick trade on Yasuo. Little knock up, little how do you do as he goes through all those minions. And
this Cho'Gath's too tanky, I swear.
Well, he's tanky, but look at the minion difference though. This Yasuo has 53 minions to Cho'Gath's 26. Those 2 kills are nice, but they're just keeping them even.
Yeah. The Cho'Gath doesn't farm up and just get even more stacks on his ulti. He's just not going to be able to actually be as tanky and as useful as maybe even the Yaks.
I'm just surprised that Yasuo had such a commanding minion lead despite being down 2 depths. That's a lot of farming issues on the side of Cho'Gath. That is a missed opportunity.
Yeah. But he has rotated a little bit more than the Yasuo. but he's also stayed in lane more than the Yasuo, so it's... Yeah, I don't think it's that great, to be honest. If you're down in CS and you've been in lane more than the Yasuo, then you just need to hope that your gold is better than his.
Oh, luckily for him, there is a little bit of an advantage, but looks like a little trade going on in bot lane. Now I'm gonna get caught out by the stun. There's a heal from Tarek, and
Kites are going in.
Another heal burnt on the side of It's a Wrap. Now we want to stay safe here. Wolf giving a little extra love to his support.
Yeah, okay. It was really aggressive by the Kaisa, but also just burning a bunch of summoners on the side of It's a Wrap. So, it's not bad for the bot lane of Evo.
It looks like there's another 2v2 on top side. Yasuo being kept out, but Greg is just walking safely back. Another fight over a ward. There goes another pink ward. Two wards placed down at the exact same time. They like that vision control. It seems like it's definitely going to be a lot more action on the top side of the map. Trying to keep this Cho'Gath into the game. Keep this Yasuo down.
Yeah, like I said before though, it's basically just jungle. It's a 2v2 top lane basically, the entire game. Bot lane hasn't been touched this entire game. Which is probably what's gonna happen in this game, because top lane is like, if the tank gets ahead and the Yasuo doesn't, it's gonna be really hard for that Yasuo to come back in the game. And let them snowball their lead a little bit more.
Yasuo again, free to do whatever he wants here.
So that's just too tanky though.
Well, don't say that too quickly. There is a pretty even trade going on right now.
Yeah, but
every bit of damage that Cho is doing is getting answered. But there's that
yeah,
Trundle
the
here,
Trundle's
so.
coming back. Oh, it just gets hit by the wind wall, by the tornado, and just like, okay, you've hit me. I'm going back to my jungle.
Yep. Cho'Gath getting a little bit better with his fancy feet, dodging another knockup finally.
Yeah, but
And
Gragas is on that bot side though, getting the scuttle, maybe even looking to gank bot lane.
maybe they do have priority aside from that river bush with that pink, so Gragas will have to be careful here. He will be caught out.
Oh, the
There's
Gragas
an ulti. There's a pop on the MF. This is tricky. Yeah, there goes MF.
That was a really nice play.
Great job by the Gragas.
But
Good
Trundle
job
going back
the-
up top lane.
Here's the answer. The counter gank. Flash is blown by everybody. Will there be a kill? Yes, there will. Trundle getting underneath that tower. And the response again is now a continuation from bot side advantage, trying to take that dragon away. Will there be a response for Rift? No, it looks like they're just going to give this dragon up for free. There is no trading past that point. Kill for kill, and one dragon in favor of blue side. EVO coming up a little bit ahead on that.
Yeah, but I'd like to talk about that bot play a little bit more, because if you look closely enough at what actually happened, you can see that when the MF flashed back, the Tarek already had the E position to where the MF just flashed into the E and she just insta-died still. But Gragas getting a little bit too greedy there, trying to take the Gromp and just dies to the bot lane of It's a Wrap. Oh, that's a little scary.
Just a little bit.
The top lane, Yasuo ulting, committing to the fight. This Cho'Gath just runs. And
Cho'Gath
Yasuo
with no
not getting...
mana left either.
Yeah,
But he's staying on tower. This is really dangerous.
Yeah, but if he just clears the minion wave, I think he's fine. He just backs here. Okay, Yasuo backs off, and the Cho'Gath just backs top lane.
Yep, and Yasuo now gets another free push into that tower. Cho'Gath losing more minions and falling a little bit further behind.
Yeah, but he has TP in probably about a second now. You can just TP back top lane and get all the farm. But he chooses
But he's
not to.
choosing to walk. He wants that TP advantage for bot lane. I don't know. There's no dragon left on the board, so
Yeah,
it's
but
just lane.
they're trying to collapse on the Nivea, which they don't, but Trundle's in the perfect spot here to collapse on their bot lane.
Tarek 7 a little bit farther forward. Nami does have to flash. Will be caught out by the Kaisa though.
A little bit of aggressive play from that side of Nami. Choosing to go back and then flash over the wall. But Trundle's just getting caught out in their jungle. Not getting hit though.
Well, he will be caught by the Ari here. I don't think he's going to get out too easily. Ignite is burnt. Yep, there it goes. Shut down to the Ari. Now Ari is on the board. And... oh, no, that was an assist. Looks like a 3-0 Kaisa. That could be a problem for late game. Remember, if it goes longer and longer, that is the hyper carry Kaisa versus the standard MF.
Yeah,
So,
it's not MF with Dark Harders though, which is... I mean, common's good for lane and everything to make sure to poke out your opponent. But when you're losing that matchup and you're not poking out your opponent, it's a little harder to actually get back into the game because you're such just an early game champion. And it's not great to do anything. But
I mean, the gold lead is pretty even across the board. This is still anyone's game, but that definitely is not a good sign if you're It's a Wrap.
yeah, but it's a 1k gold lead about right now on the side of Evo Green. They switched the gold lead. It was a 1k gold lead inside of It's a Wrap, but now they just switched it around. They're like, okay, this is my gold lead now. I'm taking whatever you guys had.
Well, if you get caught out once or twice, it tends to happen. Small shift of about 2k. Shut down.
But Grax is counter jungling as Trundle's going up towards his red buff. We're gonna see if there's actually gonna be a fight as Cho'Gath is hovering around there.
Looks like a no, but that red buff should go over to Gragas before Trundle even checks it. Maybe as he checks it. Yep, there it goes. Nothing Trundle can do. Just behind pacing. After dying in bot side.
Trundle actually is the one that gets caught out here.
It's a wall of everybody they want. Gragas missing his combo, but Nivea just trying to get the ult damage out. Will get a kill. Yasuo gets a double knockup ulti, and Nivea forced to flash will actually still survive with no health left on her. And never mind, she's turned to an A. She will go down here. There's no way to defend that. Gragas and Yasuo doing everything that they need. Double kill to Yasuo. Yasuo is now on the board and caught up to poor Cho'Gath.
Now it's about a 2k gold lead as Rev Herald is actually spawning mid lane.
And that lead will continue to extend. I don't think that It's Wrap can really respond. This will be a free tower mid lane. And bot lane can now push in for free because obviously It's Wrap is on its way to contest the Herald. Stop that push. So Kaisa will get some serious damage on bot tower.
Yeah, but that's a second ram into the turret though. For the Herald. And that's going to be a pretty low tower. As Kaisa just gets to push in this tower for free and just chunk out them up here.
And already getting a nice little blue buff. A small treat for a good mid lane.
Yeah, but the rotations so far on the side of Evo Green have been really good. Considering that they were behind about 1k gold about 4 minutes ago.
Well, remember, whatever lead you have, if you haven't cashed in yet, it's still not your lead.
Yeah.
So I think it's just them not having to worry about back timers yet. It's a Wrap staying on the board a little bit too long without basing.
Yeah, but looks like the
Wow,
is actually getting caught.
And they will get out of that, but it costs them a Nami ultimate, a flash, and a heal. And there's still the potential to be dove right now. MF using ulti, just chunking out a little bit, making sure they don't get dove too quickly. Yeah, but Gragas is on the bot side of the map for EVO, and that means that they might try to contest and push for this bot tower before the dragon spawns again.
Yeah, definitely. The Trundle's also coming down, noticing that their bot lane is low, and looks like Evo Green's bot lane is actually coming up towards the dragon, which has just spawned. It's another Cloud Drake.
Notice Cho'Gath and Anivia are still away, so this is another free Cloud Drake. It is Cloud Drake though, so it's not exactly when they were. But these rotations will get a little bit faster.
Yeah, I believe Cloud Drake is actually one of the strongest Drakes though, because it gives you that in-combat movement speed and out-of-combat movement speed, which is just really good for rotations and also chasing down people. And
here comes a little dive. MF getting caught out. Ari trying to land. There is a bubble response to the Ari, but there's nothing they can do. There are 5 members of Blue Jersey over here, and Trundle unable to do anything. Flashes.
Gragas also just taking down.
There's everything. Goodbye. 3 for 0 and a tower. And now there's a TP response to top lane to prevent any counter push on the top side of the map. Cho'Gath unable to really do anything to respond.
But Choga's one level down.
He is,
Yasuo
despite
just
being in
pummels
so
him
much.
back.
And there's a continual push from the blue team. AVO going towards the next tower. They will base, however, despite having all their members down there.
Yeah, no, they were snowballing the lead a little bit for the side of its wrap, and then the rotations of Evo Green started to come in, and now this happens where now they're down about 4k gold, and they're down 2 turrets and 2 dragons, well 1 turret and 2 dragons. And even though they got first blood, it doesn't even matter anymore. As Cho'Gath's still 3-1, and he's not really doing anything to help the team out right now.
I mean, he may have more kills than Yasuo, but he is behind in gold. He's still got that 30 farm difference, and he is down by roughly 800 gold right now.
Yeah, this is not a great mid game for the side of its wrap, but Cho'Gath fighting Yasuo top lane, taking a bunch of damage, but actually not dying though. This Trundle is getting
maybe
collapsed.
caught out. There's the Ari Charm, there's the Gragas, there's nothing that he can do. That should be another kill. Going over the
Yasuo
Ari.
is just fighting top lane though. And Cho'Gath uses his ulti to get a little health back.
Cho'Gath just getting chunked up for free right now. Yasuo being able to clear as much farm as he wants and get the dive. There it goes. MF late to the party. Will be unable to do too much here. Maybe push off the Yasuo. Nami's here, but it's just Gragas. And there's the shutdown.
The Nami lives for now.
Somehow surviving. That is very impressive.
Nami still might die though.
No, she survives, but there's a chase. And that will do it.
Yeah, Evo Green actually.
They're just grouping up so well right now. They're playing the map, they're getting the rotations off, they're going together to these objectives, and they're getting the picks they need because they have vision control and priority.
Yeah.
It's really a problem for Rap.
This does not look like a BSG team. This looks like at least a gold plat team, at least, I'd say. At least. They could be even higher than that, but it does not look like a BSG team to me. They look a lot better than what their ranks say.
Well, they're definitely putting on a good performance, but I wouldn't say that it's beyond consideration. I do think, though, that grouping up as a team, at least if this plays out, they do have the confidence of a higher roster than what they show up.
Yeah, but Terra's just sacrificing himself to make sure that Kaisa gets out.
Some serious dedication there.
I mean, that's support life for you. You just kill yourself for your AD, that's 5-0. Just like leave me behind.
Absolutely, if you can guarantee someone's safety on your team and it prevents a shutdown going to the opponents, why wouldn't you?
Trundle just ulting, trying to chase down this Gragas.
But nothing's really going to happen because he doesn't have his damage able to catch up to him yet. Greg, though, decided to go back in. I don't know why. Forced to use his ult. And he will walk out of here, but he is down a powerful ability.
Yeah. It was a little weird of him going back in. He was already out. And
he had no one there with him.
Yeah, you also used up the Trundle ult, which is pretty good to make sure that anybody.
And if you're gonna get caught out here, Yasuo has complete vision. And if you no mana left, force the flash under tower, and that might not be it. Force into egg. Yasuo will walk away from that.
Forcing out that egg, another powerful passive, just used. As Yasuo just 1v5, 1v1 just every single laner he goes up against.
Well, looking at where the board is right now, if it's a wrap, what do you do to get into this game?
It's a wrap, you try to farm out and get to late. Well, you'd actually try to group up and try to catch people out at this point. But Kaisa just killing Nami super easily, just landing 1W and just going in. This Cho'Gath just runs away from the Kaisa now.
And that's just the problem with the Kaisa hyper carry that gets the damage out, that gets the kills early. She can dive whoever she wants if she lands her ability, and as soon as she does, if it's a squishy target like that Nami, like the MF, they will be going down quickly. There's a lot of burst damage coming out on that side. And
Tarek Syracuse is so stupid, I swear.
It can be, but don't forget that extra healing every time you get that auto off.
Nivea just trying to stay
Playing
safe.
safe. Yeah.
But it looks like mid lane's gonna go down though on this push.
It looks like Yasuo's also going to be pushing bot lane, so it's wrapped people really thin if they want to respond. There's complete control on the side of EVO Green. They can go for anything they want and pick up that dragon on the way out.
Yeah, definitely. That Infernal is going to be really powerful for the side of Evo Green as they just keep destroying everything that they touch.
I mean, I don't even think they're going to need the Baron to close this first game out.
Yeah,
They just need to keep doing what they're doing.
yeah, they
No
don't.
need to-
They could not need Baron. At the same time, it'd be a lot easier to close out the game with Baron.
Of course.
But there's always upsets that can always happen as teams get greedy in this game.
Taric ulti getting called out early. There's a TP coming down from the Yasuo. Infernal will be going over. And here comes Yasuo freshly queued up. And there's another 2 kills.
Ice is just. Oh, and the
Three
Yasuo
kills.
ult burn.
There will be a 4th. Looks like Enigma was able to pick up the Yasuo, but that is 3 members down. Oh, there's why. There's a DC on the side of
It looks like we're going to see a pause soon.
I don't know if they need it, but possibly, hopefully. And hopefully we'll see that Yasuo back in very shortly.
Hopefully we do. So they get another turret mid lane as it is now 6-1 in turrets with about 11k gold lead now, which is very scary.
EVO showing why they wanted that Kaisa. Looking at her right now, she is 9-0-2 with 200 farm. That is 50 up on the enemy ADC MF. So, animosity showing that he is more noble than Noble Wolf as far as gold is concerned.
And there's the Yasuo just reconnecting.
Not even a need for the pause. A lot of, well, I guess he did have 30 seconds of death timer, so it wasn't too much that he was missing out on.
Yeah, definitely. But it looks
And
like
Ari getting caught.
Ari's just catching out the bot lane.
Is she being caught or is she catching people out? Absolutely. There's a flash forward. That's
And not
almost a
getting
double
it.
kill. Nami getting so lucky. Sliver of health left on that.
Feels bad, man. You're just trying to kill 2 people as Ari, but then you just realize it's a Nami who just runs out of the fight.
And you already burnt your flash and your ulti, so you don't have another extension. You just have to let it go.
If you love it, let it go. That's all you gotta say. But it looks like they're just trying to get the red buff. But it's
Colonel's saying, I
Ice
want
is
the red
going-
buff, but guys are saying, no, it's mine. And
She just
goodbye.
destroyed both of them.
I don't even think Kaisa needed a second red buff. She could have given it to Taric. They had 2 on the team already after that trundle kill.
Maybe she wants 2 red buffs. But
I don't know, I don't think the healing double stacks. But,
Ice is on
absolutely.
3.5 items right now. Looks like she's getting IE, probably 4. As they just start up Baron.
And there's no way for a red team to really respond. It's a wrap. Feeling a little bit tightly wrapped right now, actually.
Yeah, but Yasuo's just trying to pressure them off as Evo Green just gets the Baron. And Yasuo's just pushing the mid lane. He's doing whatever he wants. The rest of the team of It's a Wrap is just scared to actually fight a Yasuo 1v3, apparently.
Cho'Gath sitting on a Righteous Glory, Ninja Tabbies, and what looks to be a Randuin's Omen coming out shortly.
Yeah,
No magic resistance, so this Ari will still chunk the tanks on the side of It's a Wrap.
apparently camping a Cho'Gath is not great. It doesn't look that great when the Cho'Gath is now 3-3, and he was 3-1, and the Yasuo was 0-3, and now he's 4-5.
Remember, in BSG, you have to play not just to your team con strengths, but your player strengths. And I don't think that Rumble Senpai was really able to carry on the Cho'Gath, so that was probably a misplay.
Yeah, but they didn't need a tank as a frontliner. And they saw that the Yasuo was top lane. Even though it wasn't that great of a pick, they thought, hey, we'll just do this anyways to see if we can get the late game pressure or the mid game pressure. So it looks like they're just pressuring as a 4-1, just pressuring 2 different turrets at once.
Oh, remember that Yasuo's gonna have to pull at least 2 people from Itza in order to respond because they can't one-for-one this Yasuo. He's got his IE, he's got his Phantom Dancer, he has some life steal, he has his attack boots, and he's fed.
Yeah, but looking for this guy is looking for the play, flashing, using his ultimate, and now getting caught out as they get the tower mid lane. Also, the dying top.
Already getting cut here. Can they get her? No, they cannot. And MF left alone will be bursted down by the Kai'Sa. That should be it for Bygone Coder. He is saying goodbye to life right now. And that is a total wrap-up of It's a Wrap. All 5 members of the team going down across the board. EVO should be wrapping this up. They've got Baron buff minions and a fed Kai'Sa. There's the Taric ulti just for fun. Looking cool there in the sun. And there goes the Nexus.
Now the game, Evo Green winning it off against It's a Wrap. Now, we gotta pick an MVP for that game. So who would you like to choose as the MVP for this game?
Ooh, decisions. I mean, that Kai'Sa did get fed. But I think that with all the pressure, that Yasuo really did a good job keeping up a farm advantage, establishing a 30 farm lead despite having all that pressure on top side against a Cho'Gath that was getting kills. I mean, Cho'Gath's not the scariest champion on the board, but he had all the weight on his shoulders for early game attention, and he did a good job. And he split push appropriately, he played the map appropriately, he did what he needed to do, and at the end of the day, I think that he played probably the most solidly other than that ADC. So I'm really between those two. What are you thinking right now?
I want to give it to Taric, to be honest. Because the early game for bot lane is based usually on your support and how well the support can play. And considering that the side of Evo Green were pushed up against an MF Nami and winning poke and just winning out the poke and lane against each other, it's just amazing that a melee support can win against an MF Nami lane, which can easily poke out the other side.
I mean, I do want to credit that Taric too, but I feel like the Gragas making his ganks happen, that's what got that bot lane ahead. And once that was ahead, the ADC just carried that lane. Taric got caught by bubbles several times out. I don't think that it was really stellar play, although, by all means, playing a Taric into Nami is no easy feat.
Yeah.
But I feel like the more impressive performance comes from either that ADC or the Yasuo. I mean, Gragas had some good plays, but he had some bad plays too. Again, this is BSG, so I know people will make plenty of mistakes, but
Yeah.
I'm between those two.
I mean, the Yasuo did come back in the lane and everything. Don't get me wrong, it was good that he came back in the lane, but the early game performance from him was really bad. Like, he kept pushing up and being super aggressive against the Cho'Gath, while the Trundle was always topside, and they'd always lose the fight because Yasuo, Gragas are not good early fighters against a Cho'Gath Trundle, who are better fighting than them early at least. And so it was good that the Yasuo came back from everything. It was good for that, but the main reason why he came back was because he grouped with the team and grouped with the Gragas and the Ahri to actually make something happen. To be honest, I'd actually give it, if I wouldn't give it to support, I would give it to the jungler because he actually made the ganks happen, even though he got caught out at Gromp and also by a ward when just 1v1 by the Trundle. He died twice solo, even though that happened and everything. His ganks were so much better than the Trundles in bot lane, in mid lane, and in top lane. They probably could have dove the Cho'Gath, to be honest, but
I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to give it to Gragas. I'm
Yeah.
with you on that.
so we're gonna give our MVP to Najee the Gragas, and I think that'll be it today for the stream. We will see you guys next time, whenever the next stream is. And yeah, we're going to be done for today. Maybe there's another game. I'm not that sure. But if you guys schedule a game, I might be able to cast it. I don't know. But anyways, we will see you guys on the next stream.